Siddiq, the UK-born niece of Bangladesh's ousted Prime Minister, is all over the British media with stories of suspected corruption. The British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, is under tremendous pressure to fire her. Tulip's entire family, including her mother Sheikh Rihanna, her brother Ridwan Siddiqui, and her paternal uncle Tariq Siddiqui fled Bangladesh in August 2024 when her aunt Sheikh Hasina's regime collapsed and Hasina fled to India. Tulip's latest troubles are related to real estate. According to British media reports, Tulip lived in one expensive apartment after another for free for the last 25 years, thanks to powerful friends of her aunt Sheikh Hasina. Tulip Siddiq hid these special real estate arrangements from public disclosures made by her during successive election campaigns. Tulip lives in a £700,000 flat in King's Cross in central London, which was given to her by a special political ally of her aunt Hasina for free of cost. Interestingly, in an interview with Daily Mail newspaper in 2022, she claimed it was her parents who bought that apartment for her. And then, Tulip's parents live in a £1.4 million home in North London, which is owned by a big businessman from Bangladesh whose father was a minister in Sheikh Hasina's government. Living for free in someone else's property may not be a crime. However, such arrangements definitely produce the perception of corruption. Now, the question is, why did all these businessmen give away their expensive apartment to a member of the British Parliament and her parents? Recent reports from Bangladesh show that during Sheikh Hasina's tenure, about $16 billion per year were laundered outside of Bangladesh illegally. It is possible some of that money was used for purchasing the Tulip properties. A recent report from the Bonik Barta says that Tulip's mother used to control senior appointments of government-run banks in Bangladesh. Besides living for free in properties owned by political cronies of Hasina, Tulip and her siblings came under scrutiny for few other reasons. According to British media reports, Tulip Siddiq's sister Azmina and her brother Radwan have both served as trustees of a think tank called CRI, which was basically a propaganda machine for the deposed Sheikh Hasina government. CRI, the think tank group, has been accused by Meta, Facebook's owner, in an adversarial threat report last year for being behind a network of fake social media accounts posting news and opinions favorable to the Hasina regime in Bangladesh. The Tulip clan also went to visit the Russian President Vladimir Putin for a nuclear power plant's deal signing ceremony. The current Bangladesh government accuses Tulip and her family, including her aunt and cousins, for billions of dollars of corruption associated with that nuclear power plant contract with Russia. Tulip for herself has tried in the past to distance her from the Hasina regime in Bangladesh, but that is no longer working for the British press anymore. After all, in an event held in Dhaka in December 2015 entitled "Let's Talk with Tulip Siddiq," Tulip told an audience her aunt's values of social justice, equality, and fairness had inspired her to join the Labour Party. In a victory speech following her 2015 general election win, Tulip singled out the Awami League for their support and spoke at Awami League rallies in the UK in 2015 and 2017. Dr. Mubashir Hassan, eminent Bangladeshi political columnist and researcher from the University of Oslo, highlights that the way Siddiq's campaign received support from Bangladesh's Awami League party would have triggered immediate scrutiny if the Chinese or the Russians were involved instead of Bangladeshis. Tulip's association with the fallen Hasina regime has become a political liability for the current British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Several senior opposition politicians, including the British opposition leader, have asked Starmer to fire Tulip. Bangladesh's chief advisor gave an interview to the British media this Sunday and asked the British authorities to return the value of Tulip's apartments to Bangladesh. Professor Yunus believes those apartments were bought using stolen funds from Bangladesh. News reports suggest the properties gifted to Tulip were all purchased by powerful Bangladeshi businessmen using offshore companies based in island nations often known for money laundering. According to the Business Standard, British officials from the British National Crime Agency (NCA) and from HMRC have visited Dhaka in a wide-ranging money laundering probe, which may include investigations into the funds that bought Tulip's several apartments by Bangladeshi businessmen. Tulip's political career is truly hanging in the balance at the moment. Her political troubles are already prohibiting her from performing her job responsibilities. Tulip had to cancel an official trip to China recently due to this controversy. So far, Tulip maintains her boss, Prime Minister Keir Starmer's confidence in her. How long that lasts remains to be seen.